Hi and welcome to this yoga flow for pelvic health. Health starts with fluidity and flow. The opposite would be stagnation. That is when, inflammation can arise and not enough vital energy like oxygen and nutrients can flow into the area. So we are going to start with focusing on our pelvises, our hips and pelvic floor. You can place your hands just onto the ASIS bones, which are the hip bones right in front here, so that you feel a connection to the top of the pelvis. And then slowly start to make circles with the pelvis. For some of you, even just standing is not comfortable. Maybe you feel pain or bulging. You can do this either on your knees, if that helps, or actually you can try to do, as much as you can in a lying down position. It's not going to be exactly like standing, but it doesn't matter as long as you listen to your body's needs. So just make not too big, gentle, slow circulations. Close your eyes and start to breathe in and out through the nose here. You can activate the Ujjayi breathing if you want to. That's when you kind of whisper an A with a closed mouth. So it's like creating this sound almost like an ocean. And if you wish to synchronize the movement and the breath, you can inhale on the way forward, exhale on the way back. And maybe you want to go for slightly bigger circles now. If you feel like, bending your knees a little bit, coming forward almost to an hinge, when you come back, please do just feel into the movement and your breath. Just a few more rounds here. Good. And then slowly stop wherever you are. Take a breath. And exhale, maybe just through the mouth, letting everything go. And slowly, smaller circles again to the other side. So as we are breathing this active breath, we are giving more oxygen to the body, to the lungs, and from there the bloodstream picks that oxygen up, and we are creating circulation now to our pelvic floors, our hips, our pelvises, so the blood will automatically go to this place and give all the oxygen that it could pick up. So just feel into the movement now, maybe bigger hip circles, breathing deeply. And then slowly coming to center. Maybe you want to relax your arms along your side. Close your eyes. Lean into the heels so that you can actually lift the toes up, but you don't have to keep them up. And then close your eyes. Observe any tingling, any sensation in this area. Maybe the thighs, hips, groins, your lower abdomen, pelvic floor, low back, glutes. And open your eyes when you are ready. And let's come to a lying down position. In any way that feels manageable for you. So maybe on the side. And coming all the way to the back, and the feet connected to the mat, knees are pointing up towards the ceiling. Placing your arms alongside the body, and now, as you probably know by now, there's a gap here, a natural gap, because we have a natural curve in the spine where we can probably fit at least like a small blueberry. What we want to do now is we want to tilt the pelvis and press that low back into the floor and slowly roll the hips all the way up. Slowly coming back again, all the way down, letting every vertebra have contact with the floor, both on the way up and on the way down. So we're lifting. We don't need to lift that high at all. Just go as far as feels good for you. And slowly rooting down, coming to this natural curve where the lower back is up from the floor. So as you inhale, you lift everything up. And now you can really inhale deeply all the way into the belly, because even if we create some pressure, we have the pelvis quite high. And then slowly roll all the way down. Good. Few more rounds. And if you want to here, the next time you come up, you can lift the arms up toward the ceiling as well. And then slowly lower everything down. Inhale, lift up. And now maybe you want to try to take the arms all the way up over the head, and then slowly, gently coming all the way down. So do this for a few more times. And now we more want to just connect with the body and see if there's any small details in this movement that can express the body's needs. So I like to visualize myself as a small seagrass in the ocean when I do this movement. So I'm just, like I'm in water, and it's just, almost a little bit like a dance with the arms, maybe even with the hips, moving up and down gently. So we are activating the glutes, the back, the legs. And the reason for this is we want some circulation here, because we are going to stretch it out in just a moment. So now we are going to flip over onto our all fours. And we'll take a pose called Pigeon pose. So just come forward with one knee, bend the leg, and the foot, either you have it closer to the opposite hip, or you can move it forward a little bit if you are flexible. So from here, we place our hands onto the mat, lift up the heart, lift the chest. Just gaze back toward the leg behind you. We want it to be straight from the bum and not too far outside in any way. So lift up here, close your eyes, and wherever you feel a stretchy sensation, that is fine. Either stay here or come all the way down to maybe your elbows. Stop here for at least a couple of breaths. And maybe this is where you stay. Or this is too intense, so you need to back off. Another option is to come all the way down, maybe placing the forehead onto the hands and stay connected with the Ujjayi breathing. So the reason we want to stretch this area is because many women tend to activate their glutes unconsciously. So, and the reason is they want to unconsciously try to hold everything up because the feeling is that things will fall out. So we really need to start to stretch and relax these muscles so that they don't get overworked. That will only add to the pelvic floor tension. And we don't want to create tension other than maybe when we are exercising. But if we create tension throughout the day and the week and all the time, our muscles will be extremely exhausted. This will cause pain. So this is a great stretch for creating space for the muscles in your bum, the glutes, to really relax. Just 3 more breaths here. Relax your jaw and your mouth. Slowly lift your head up, come up onto the hands. And before we go to the other side, we're just going to create some circulation here also, where our psoas muscle is connected. So take your back foot with your left hand. And if you can't reach, that's fine. You can just hold the hand and the foot and try to reach them together. Just as long as you feel a stretch here on the front of the left side of the pelvis and the left thigh. So the psoas muscle connects the lower body and the upper body, and it goes into the pelvis. So this is also really an important muscle for creating relaxation rather than being stressed, for example. The psoas muscle is called the muscle of the soul. So if we are not feeling well mentally and emotionally, it's going to affect this muscle physically. Okay, let's come to the other side. Whichever way you prefer to come to the other side, I am going to come to all fours again and just take the other leg to the front of the mat. And then slowly lifting the heart. Close your eyes. Take a small check-in with yourself. Maybe this is more than enough for now. And the magical part of yoga is that you can always explore when things shift. Especially in these positions where we stay for quite some time, you can really start to dig deeper as the body opens up. So maybe now, after a few breaths here, you are more ready to come down to the elbows. Or maybe not. And maybe you are today, but not tomorrow. Which is really to tune into the body and understanding that we are not machines. We are not predictable beings. We are complex. And if we have this presence and awareness We can check into our bodies at every moment and support the body. The body is striving for homeostasis all the time. This natural balance, a healthy, optimized being version of the body. So a really healthy version of the body. And we need to support that longing that each cell has in the body. If you prefer to come all the way down and rest your forehead, please go ahead. And stay also connected to the breath. This can really increase the presence and, of course, the amount of oxygen in the body. One more breath here. Take your time. Slowly lifting the upper body up and bending that back knee. Taking that foot, if you can reach. Lift the heart and just make sure that you feel this stretch of the psoas muscle and front thigh. Slowly letting go of that foot, coming to a seated position on the mat. And this flow is over for today. We have really focused on creating circulation for the pelvic floor and to create a healthy pelvis. Thank you so much for joining. Feel free to lie down now for some rest if you have the time, and I am looking forward to see you in the next video.